Alright, shaggietrip here. It's been a while for a cook video. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do this weekend and decided to do some cooking. With what I had in the house. Then, keeping in mind, I generally cook large chunks of meat or smoke them. So I'm trying to adjust down to a smaller scale, which is pretty hard for me to do. But today we're going to try it. Two simple items. Pork and baked beans. I got my cast iron out. I'm going to smoke the beans with some apple wood. Try and match the kiss of apple I'm going to do on the pork steaks. It's a loin. I'm thinking about 2 inches thick. And I'll cut and wrap it in bacon with some seasoning. We'll get to that in a bit. But we'll come in here and I'll show you what I'm going to do with the beans. Okay, so I'm going to smoke the beans with some cast iron on the grill with some apple wood. I'm going to throw in another slice of bacon, about 2 tablespoons more of brown sugar. It says it came with some, but I'm going to sweeten it up, and a dash of garlic. If you can see, there are some onions in there. I'm not going to overdo it. I'm going to keep it basic. I'm going for a nice kiss of smoke and some sweet. So I'm going to chop this up, mix it, get the grill on, and then we'll go into the meat. Alright, here's the grill set up, indirect heat. I'm going to get this smoker box going. I have, it's a coal box, but I'm making it into a smoker box. Got a stick of apple wood in there. And we'll get that smoking, hopefully just smoke the beans for about an hour. And get ready for the loin steaks. Okay, here's the portions of the pork loin. I'm going to cut those in about 2-inch thick pieces, wrap them in bacon, and wipe them with this olive oil, about 1/8 to 1/4 cup of olive oil, maybe 3 tablespoons of apple cider, a couple drops of teriyaki. I got some Italian seasoning in there, 1.5 tablespoons of pepper. Then I threw about a tablespoon of the Hawaiian salt in there, and a dash of garlic. So I'm going to cut it up, rub them down, get them wrapped, and let them sit for about 30 minutes prior to putting them on the grill. So I'll give you a shot of that when they're all prepped. Okay, so I got them prepped. So once I cut them to 2 inches thick, I had some fall off that I'll save. You can do a quick cook on that for maybe a pork sandwich or something. I had 2 pieces of bacon left. I'm going to brown up and make some bacon bits out of. But now that it's all rubbed down, what I did was I took the bacon, dipped it in the olive oil and apple cider seasoning mix, then stretched it around pork loin steak to kind of give it hold its medallion shape. So hope it shrinks up. Now these are 2 inches thick. Never cooked it before, so I'm going to run it off temperature. Hopefully reverse sear. So I'll start indirect and then sear it off because of the thickness. I don't want to go hot and heavy at first because it's too thick. So I'm going to need to let that meat rest for 30 minutes right now, and then slowly get up to temp and then do a sear on the outside. An end temp of 150 or 145, so when I bring it in it'll still kick up to 150, 155. Back that a little bit for you. So you see indirect, I'm going to give that about 7 minutes, spin them about another 7, and then flip them. And the time I flip them, I'll check temp. So I'll see you in 7 minutes. Alright, 15 minutes. I actually came out at 7 and spun it. So, at 15, I don't see any juices or anything coming up. So I'm going to spin it again. I don't know. Let's check the bottom, see what we got here. Remember, I'm reverse searing it. So I'm going to flip it at this point. Still feels pretty raw. But I will do a temp check on it. And we'll give this side the same treatment as the last one. 7 minutes spin, 7 minutes spin. Hi, how are you? Pork loin steaks and smoked beans. So we're at 120. It's about perfect. 7 minutes each side, spin it. We'll be in business. Alright, so here's what's going on. I checked temp and I'm losing coals. And it dropped a bit. So what I did was I scooted the pork loins over the steaks. I'm going to give it that for 4 minutes, spin it. Another 3 maybe. And then I'll sear them off. Let's recap. So 7 minute mark I spun them. And then another 7 minutes. After that I flipped them. And then the heat I was losing, but I'm seeing some nice juices coming up. So as you can see, I'm losing temperature. My end point that I want is about 135, 140. So what I'm going to do now, not panic, I'm going to take it to the sear. I'm almost hitting 120 on that one. This one seems a little less. And that one creeping on 120. So I need to gain 15 degrees here. So I'm going to flip them at this point, right over the fire. So we're going to do a reverse sear on this. My point is to get them up to at least 140, 145. I'm going to move the beans over. Alright. Here's the flip after 5 minutes. Remember, we were barely pushing 120 before we threw it on. Look at that bad boy. And I'm hoping I'm not drying it out. I'm going to fill the temp in. It's a reverse sear, a 2-inch thick loin cut. Like I said, I'm trying to hit 140, 145 for the jump. And we're nailing it on this one. This is going to be beautiful. Let's check that. Alright, we need to pull this fast. Let's pull it and let it rest, cut it up. And I need some glasses. Okay. So what are we sitting at? Can't see that one. We're at 140 and climbing on that one. About 140, 150. Check this one. About 150. Now keep in mind, don't panic if your coals aren't quite perfect. Adjust it and get it rocking. Alright, I capped this one off pretty good as far as tenting. I didn't leave much airway. I want that moisture to hold in. As you know or may know, pork can dry out pretty good. That's why I was pretty nervous about doing this particular cut. Seemed to work out pretty well. I hit my temps, a little nervous at times. So I'm going to go out and grab the beans. Now there's down the middle. That looks pretty damn good, if you ask me. So rock on, I can't wait to taste it. Remember, the beans kissed with some apple wood, smoked for about an hour, hour and a half. Then the bacon wrapped loin steak. Threw the oranges on for contrast. Not sure how that's going to taste, but it'll clean the palate in the end. Thanks for watching, and stay cool. Okay, here's a couple high def shots of the final results. It was great, tasted great. Thanks for watching. Stick around if you want to see what hit the editing floor and a little editorial from me. Stay well. Make sure you know your grill and work off temperature. You know, don't panic if things seem to be going awry. Pull it aside and take 3 minutes to look. Research is good, too much research will cause confusion. So find something, stick with it, and give it a try. I hope this video helped in some way. Cook. Know your grill and the feel of your meat. Alright, anyway. That's an edit. Know the feel of